Hmm. Oh, my eyes are dark. All right, well, there they are. There's my dark eyes. Um, this eye is much darker. I have a lot of dark spots on my skin. Anyway, this eye right here. Um, I look like Petey the dog. Petey, Patricia Petey. Hola, everybody. Hola, hola, mahaba. How is everyone today on this fantastic Friday? I hope you're all well. I hope you're all healthy. I hope you're all safe. I hope you're sheltered and hydrated, and I hope you're fed. And well, that's how I feel. I hope everybody is okay. Uh, but okay, what is going on with this camera? Camera right here. Let me lower this a little bit. Do I have a triple chin? Double chin? I could use some filler for sure. Right over here, get these jowls out. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that. Um, Today, all right. No, I'm not going to take it off. I'm going to leave it on. Fix myself. Um, Today is the 10th of April, and time's flying. Time's going really quick. Ooh, big eyes. What big eyes I have. But today, um, I just want to talk about people who are suffering and people who are struggling with any crises, addiction, uh, mental health, um, sub blank abuse. Uh, and I bring this up because I've shared videos about my son, and my son is currently in a well, having another episode now, and it well, it's a type of situation where hold on one second. Is that my nephew? This kid looks just like my nephew. This kid, this black kid who lives up the road. Uh, looks like my nephew, my great nephew Noah. Uh, anyway, yeah, for people who are struggling, so he has these episodes, right? And he's currently in an episode now, and it's my hands are tied because I tried to get him I tried to become his guardian. I tried to become his guardian. I shared that disaster, that story with the wonderful New York State courts. Yes, thank you all very much. I think I think of you all. I think the whole system is a septic tank that needs to be flushed and needs to be totally reorganized, and I'm here for it. Um, so I tried to become his guardian. The incompetent blank hats at the New York State at the court. No records on this kid. None of his mental health. None of his the times he was in the Gray Bar Hotel um, numerous times, all because of his mental status. Okay, so an addict is only beneficial to a municipality when they're incarcerated. Because when an addict is seeking treatment, the state is paying for it. But when an addict is incarcerated, the state receives money. So this is where our system lies. It's a septic tank, it's a cesspool. I think all these people, these judges, I think they're all I don't have any high opinion of them because like I said, it becomes a monetary factor for the municipality. So now he's in another crisis now, and then I called up because he's in Connecticut. I called up Connecticut Mental Health, and I said that I think he might be in a high risk. um, the S word, okay? Because the text he sent, and the lady said, "What did he say?" And I said, she goes, "Oh, that's not okay, but this is a preemptive. I know my son and now how his brain works." Well, we no, no, no. I was like, then what is your freaking purpose? What is if I'm telling you that there's a crisis? Like what? Tell me something. These third party places that you get that make money, when a person calls and they say that this someone has a history, listen, listen, listen. But they don't, because it's about this. So anyway, I just hope and pray that this kid is okay, because like I said, my hands are tied. My hands are tied because of how this our government works in all localities. Okay. Do people recall an incident? There was an incident that occurred. It was in the Carolinas. I believe it was South Carolina. I believe it was South Carolina. This was about 15 years ago. I think 15 years ago. Maybe 10 or 15. Young man, he was having an episode. He was having an episode. He was walking along a South Carolina major highway. Some useless blank hat, wow, wow, 5-0 blank hat, sees him, stopped him, and then let him keep going. The guy's all disheveled. Reminded me of what happened with my son the last time that I had the incident. The end result was that this young man was having a mental health crisis, and then they found him, some, I think, joggers or hunters, some other parties found this young man, and he was at that point unalived because of an incompetent person who has no training. Okay, they have no training when it comes to people in crisis mode, people that are having mental health crisis, and well, and then it's either poo-poo or it's, but because my son is on the lighter shade, he fares to looking very much Italian. Well, he actually looks very Middle Eastern, my son, but he looks like he looks like a Guido. No offense to any Italians, because he's a half an Italian. But anyway, so it's a system that we have that it fails people. It fails people that are in crises. I mean, it fails people that are just managing and getting through life, right? Because of incompetence and how the system is set up and all this crazy ish that goes on. Because there's people that, to me, I'm a don't tread on me person. So if you're going to come for me, we're going to have a legal pow pow. Okay? Wappinger Falls town, little town here. By the way, Wappinger Falls, I'm going to post the letters from when this was inspected the last time, because now you have opened up a can of whoop ass for a legal issue. All right? That's just one thing. That's just one thing. But you're continuing to harass people because they're deficit. They have been having a financial deficit in this little town here. I'm wondering, maybe, I know that they have a band during the summer. Is the money that y'all try to collect from people with these bogus claims, is that pay the band? Right. I guess having a forensic accountant there, I think you're going to have another forensic accountant there, maybe in this entire county. Because y'all like effing with people. Y'all like effing with people, and you do it. It's Dutchess, it's New York, it's Bronx, it's Brooklyn, it's USA, all over, baby doll. Every freaking place around. You people like to F with people. You like to come up with these little surcharges and this, that, and the other. But these clowns, these butt hats up here, I get another freaking letter for an inspection for a shed that was here from 2003 when I moved up. Are we going to go through this again? Is there a literacy problem here? If there's something going on underground here because of the excessive flooding, which you all know about, through Acris, because when this whole thing started, I kept showing you, right? But they didn't want to hear it. The Karen Chronicles, the Karen Chronicles people.com, the Karen Chronicles. People that have stories about how our wonderful government has effed people over. Share your story. Share your story. Share your story. Go to the KarenChronicles.com. Yeah, so anyhow, getting back to my son with these people here, they're like you know, they say like you have ingrown hairs on you know what? Well, they're like an ingrown hair. You just want to pluck them out. But anyway, yeah, I got no time for stupidity. Please, just keep it moving. Really, honestly, keep it moving. Keep it moving. I suggest maybe a better nutrition supplement for better mental health so that people don't have to continue to go on. Whatever's going on here, again, I will repeat, below ground because of the flooding, okay? Because of the flooding, okay? Because when these homes were built back in 1966, when this land was acquired, this was a lake because this is part of the estuary of the Hudson River, way subterranean below. Thank you. Thank you. But anyway, I hope you all have a great weekend. You gotta laugh at these people. Like, are you tripping? Yo, what did you smoke today? Bag it, baby, and sell it, because you can get some other people tripping out, but you ain't gonna be tripping out with me. It ain't gonna happen, sis. It's just not gonna happen. Me or anybody else. So thank you very much. But anyway, for people who are suffering, that have anyone in their family with any crises, I hope and pray that they are okay. And I think if everybody comes together, we can have these asshats that operate these court systems, that when we want to become the guardian for our family members who have mental health and addiction crises, you POSs, you let the family become the guardian. Not so that they have to go back and they have to go to court and, you have to keep the lights on in the court, right? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Who? I don't know who this person is. Hello. Zenny.com. Zenny. Story of us. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Hello. Biljani? Cool name. Erashki? Are you from Russia? Hello. I'm Russian. I'm a black Russian. Yes, I am. I'm a black Russian. I had a Russian grandfather. Never knew. I always knew about Middle Eastern. I always had that, and because we came through that region. Anyway, but well, la-di-da. Everybody, I hope you have a great weekend. And again, I hope if anyone who has family members that are suffering, we all have to come together and petition these asshat court systems that family members can become the guardian to then oversee what the said family member needs. All right. Because I don't play around with anything in my life. Anything. I'm a drill sergeant. I basically am. That's how my mother raised all of us. As soon as we were able to crawl, you're getting a job and you're going to... No, I'm just kidding. My mother took very good care of us. My mother, later on, she became blind and handicapped. I shared that story. And she took care of us. We were always clean. We always were fed. We were excellent students, all of us. Yep. My younger sister, she went to yeah, but my brother and I and my sister, family. Yep. So never doubt yourself. Yeah, and I don't talk BS. Yeah. So again, people, our government does basically jack shit, but implement laws and add all kinds of fees, this, that, and the other. And we see now how let me stop using profanity. We see now how full of ish they are. We've all known that they've been full of ish, but now because of what has gone on since October 2023, which started back in 1948, let's not get it twisted, people, with your scenarios. Well, you see that they're all bending over. They all bend without a lubricant for APAC. That's what they do. They all bend without a lube for APAC. Because if you want to be a big superstar, ghetto superstar, Richie Torres, that is what you are. No. Yo, this brother down in the Bronx, he's trying to run for another, nope, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. APAC, you lost this bid. APAC, you lost this bid. But you got the rest of the other asshats that'll, that you can, you don't need a lubricant for the other butt hats. You don't, because they're right there. All you got to do is say jump or bend, and they're on it. They're on it. Like white on rice? No doubt about it. That's right. You all take money from APAC? Oh, yeah, yesterday there was some cat. I think this dude was following me. He was like, he was weirdo. He was this white dude. He looked like he was kind of lit. Maybe a former veteran or something. But like, because I always watch people around me. The guy was sitting in his car. I'm watching him. Okay, I go in the store. He comes in the store. He was on some good shit. I could tell you that right now. That boy needs to sell it and bag it. But anyway, so then the guy gets in his car and he's watching me. I'm watching him like, yeah. And you're watching me. They're like, what do you got something to say? Would you like to have a conversation? Yeah. Watch who's around you, people. Watch who's around you. Because there's a lot of people that, especially now, see, I support humanity, so I had the Palestinian flag in front of my house. I'm not of a Palestinian descent. I am of Middle Eastern descent, from way back. But I stand with humanity. I stand with humanity. And if you got a problem with that, speak to your higher power about it, okay? These people, unbelievable. Where am I from? I came from my mother and father, and then, I was born in New York. I'm from planet Earth. Anyway, this Earthling is going to sign off. Everybody have a good day. Do the right thing by people at all times. Like you're being watched, because we are. Right, Ed? That's another video. Till next time. Have a good one. Bye.